Most people won't even consider this lens, and that's probably a mistake because on paper this looks like something that you would just skip past. It's tiny, it's cheap, it's made by a company that no one has ever heard of. It certainly doesn't scream pro, and yet this is one of those lenses that will change how often you use your camera. Not because it's perfect, it's not, but because it quietly solves a problem that most photographers don't even realize that they have. The question I'm going to start with is this: do you want the best possible image quality, or do you want a camera setup that you will actually carry around with you? Because if you are into street photography, travel, everyday shooting, or if you just want your camera to stop feeling like a chore, this little 25mm pancake lens deserves a serious look. This is the SG Image 25mm f1.8 AF, and there are three things I just said that make this an exceptional street photography lens. First, it's 25mm. If we do some quick math, 25 times 1.5 means you are getting a 37.5mm full frame equivalent field of view. And for street photos, most pros are fighting between 35mm or 40mm being the sweet spot. This one then is kind of like a Goldilocks lens at 37.5mm. Second, it's f1.8. This means it lets in a ton of light, it works well in darker situations, and it gives you that nice blurry background behind your subject. It also means, unlike other f2.8 and f3.5 options, it is significantly different than your kit lens that your camera came with, and by different I mean improved. Third, it is AF, which is autofocus. This little lens looks like it should be manual focus only, but it isn't. It has an autofocus motor built in, and it's surprisingly quick and quiet. So who is this little lens for? I think it's for people who want a small, lightweight setup. It only weighs 144 grams. If you walk around with a camera for hours, you will appreciate the small size and the weight. Ultimately, it's for people who value having a camera with them more than pixel peeping, let's say at 350%. If you're the kind of shooter who brings one body, one lens, and just goes, this is aimed directly at you. If you want corner-to-corner perfection, this isn't it. The key with this lens is that it can change your behavior. Because of its size, you are more likely to throw your camera in a small bag or even your pocket, bring it with you on casual outings, and say, yeah, I'll take it, instead of, it's too much work. And that does matter. I found myself taking this lens out with me because of the tiny size, and I ended up shooting more as a result. That's really the advantage here. Now let's talk about image quality. It's clearly not going to win any awards, but it's not bad. The center sharpness wide open is solid. It does get better as you stop down. The edges are on the soft side, and you see there is a fair bit of vignetting wide open. From f1.8 to f2 to f2.2 and f2.8, you'll see there is a significant and noticeable increase in corner brightness. Barrel distortion is also quite apparent. Flare control isn't great. There are some harsh elements that come in if you are shooting into the sun. Chromatic aberration likewise is quite strong wide open, and it's only at around f2.8 that does improve. And focus breathing is pretty strong as well. But if you look at the photos, they look natural and they look casual. They have some quirky feel to them. I took a lot of these with my Sony a6100, but I ended up buying another one of these lenses for my Fuji, and that has made this into a compact X100 competitor for about half the price. And the lens is equally impressive on the Fuji, especially with film simulations. These are images coming out of a $96 lens, which is pretty incredible value, I think. I'd say that's why this lens makes sense. If you are walking around a city, traveling, documenting life, just shooting, this is a perfect tool for that job. There will always be people out there chasing sharper and cleaner and faster and better. And for those folks, this isn't premium glass. The autofocus is not class leading. The optical performance has a number of quirks. But do you always need production level results from your casual photos? That's really the question that needs to be asked. This lens is not going to win any side-by-side comparison battles with, let's say, the Sigma 23mm f1.4. I did do a quick comparison between these two just for fun, and the Sigma is sharper in the center wide open, sharper in the mid-frame, and certainly sharper in the corners. So if you want optical perfection, the Sigma is the route to take, but that doesn't make this a terrible lens. And I think that's where people get it wrong. They ask, is this lens good enough? But the better question is, does this lens make me want to shoot more? Because a lens that is with you beats any perfect lens that stays at home. So here is my take. If you want a tiny, insanely affordable lens that keeps your camera lightweight and fun, this 25mm pancake lens makes a lot of sense. It's not necessarily exciting or flashy, although it does come in different colors, but it might quietly become the lens that you use most often. I will link it down below along with a few alternatives if you want something a little bit higher end. And if you've been feeling like your camera setup is a little bit too bulky lately, this might be the reset that you didn't know that you needed. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
I don't wanna care, recall the last time I felt it.